Okay, I'm gonna start a live video here. I've had some requests for the watercolor roses. So I'm gonna go ahead and show how I did these. And they're very simple. You could do them with edible markers if you wanted to. And what I'm using today is just some different food colorings. So like I have a gel down here, which is this one, which is, I don't really like the color, and just even the cheap food coloring from the store, grocery store. And I have a Barco pink rose. That's this one right here. And when I taught the class, I just used these Wilton petal dusts and just mix them with water. I'm using some Everclear today. And I'm using Moss watercolor gel. It's this dark one right here. So I'm going to show you what to do. So what I'm going to talk about first is the cookie and what I believe you should do, and others probably do something else different. But I have bordered them, flooded them, and then you want to let them dry in front of a fan so that it doesn't dry matte, because that will be more porous. If you dry it with a fan and a heated fan, you get a sheen and it doesn't dry as porous. And so if you're using water, you want to use very, very little of it, because little goes a long way when doing watercoloring, or else it will start to eat away your icing. So I'm going to show it on this bunny here. And I'm going to do this soft pink is what it is, watercolor gel. Oh, and this pen, I forgot to say that. It's a Pentel water brush pen, and I just got it off of Amazon. And you just unscrew the top, put in water in it, or I've got some Everclear in it today. And then it will come through and get the little brushes wet, and then you can mix. You can squeeze it a little bit to get water out. Drop it there. The drop comes out. Oh no. It's not working. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this color here. And I'm going to test it. Want to wipe off most of the liquid that's going to come out, and all I'm doing is just making little marks. So first is kind of a little parenthesis, and then I'm going to stagger those around, and I'm not doing them very tight. I'm just going to, because I'm going to leave some space to put a lighter color around it, make it look more like a rose. So you can stop it for whatever size you want. And then I just have some water in here, and I'm going to just rinse out the brush a little bit before I go. Wipe it off on the paper towel so it's clean. And I'll pick up the next color, which is, I'm going to use just a little bit of that Barco Rose. And then I'm going to just shadow it, and if it ends up looking like the same color, I'll have to go back and make those other ones darker. Yeah, I'll make them a little more purplish. So I'm just going back over, it's with the kind of a purplish colors, so just so we can see the difference, because my two pinks are kind of looking similar. And you don't have to use one of these pens. You can just use any paintbrush, any fine pointed brush, and that will work. So I'm just kind of shadowing those darker spots that I did. And if I want to take any color off, I can just clean off the brush and you can kind of wipe that off or soften it. I'm using Everclear today, and it dries a lot faster. The water will come off a little bit more, at least for me. Then I'm going to pick up some of the moss here. And I'm just going to make a leaf. I just cleaned off the brush a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of color in the whole leaf. And did this in my class on Monday, and I was super impressed with all the attendees. They did a wonderful job. Better than I even do with their watercolors. Very impressive. Okay. I'm actually going to go just a little bit darker. I'm picking up just a little bit more color on the one side of the leaf. And that's how I did those simple little flowers. There's lots of different ways, and that was just the way that I taught in the class, and I had some requests of how I did it. And these are just some little dots, so I just took some of the little paint and just dotted it around. Not of the paint, of the luster dust, and just made little dots. That's all that was on here. So just gonna see if there's any questions here before I turn it off. Hopefully that was helpful for anybody who was looking for that, and I will hopefully be able to save this video and hopefully be able to put it into my story highlights is what I'm planning to do, but I don't see any questions. So hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday, and this was a small little how to do a little watercolor one. Again, this was the Pentel water brush I just got off of Amazon, and I bought this one singly. I can't remember how much it was, $7 or $8, but the ones I bought for a class was a different brand, and they came in 3 packs. They were 3 different sizes, and they worked just as well. They were good, and you can just use regular any old paintbrushes that you just use it on your cookies for fine paintbrushes for that. Thanks, everybody.